Hi birders and welcome back. Alright, so today I am going to show you how to upload your bird count data from your birding session that you had. So we're going to start with a example checklist here that I've filled out on my example birding trip. So I went ahead and filled in date, start time, duration, and all of the things with a note that it was frosty in the morning with sun. And then I've gone ahead and added some numbers for some birds here, and then I used some tally marks over here. So we are going to go ahead and go to eBird to get started, and you're going to go to my eBird and log in. And then from there, you're going to go to Explore Data, because we have to add our Cedar Rock hotspot to our locations. So search for Cedar Rock, and it should pop right up. And we are going to click on Submit Data. Alright, so using my checklist here, I'll go ahead and put this on the side. Alright, so our date is November 13th, and we've got a bunch of observation types here. So there's traveling, which is when you travel specific distances. So for example, our birding session. Stationary, which is also called a point count. If you're hawk watching from a specific hawk platform, sea watching from a boat, or also doing point counts in the woods. Historical, so that's for previous ones where you don't know the duration, distance, or start time. And then incidental, so a lot of times when you're just driving down the road and you see a cool bird and you can identify it. So we're going to go ahead and put traveling. And our start time is 7 a.m. Alrighty, duration, I have 2 hours. My distance is 1 mile and my party size is 5. My comments, that it was a frosty morning with sun. And I use shorthand, but you don't have to. Alright, continue. So now we have our list of birds, and you'll see on the left here is frequent, so 10% or more reported birds. So red-shouldered hawk is kind of common, eastern bluebird, robins, etc. So you can scroll down and look at these and manually input them, or you can go up here and hit jump to species to check, or you can add a species that isn't already in this list, and you can also sort by alphabet, which helps a lot too. But I'm going to go ahead and type in ours. So we have 2 turkey vultures, and you see the pop-up, you click it, and you can enter your number. I'm going to add the mourning dove, and there's 1 of those, and this also helps eliminate spelling errors, so if you got the spelling of the bird wrong, it'll help you find those. Woodpecker, and then we've got the downy. It's also kind of fun to look at all the scientific names, the Latin names for them. All right, and finally, the yellow-throated vireo. Oh, and it looks like this one is not in here anymore. Yep, it is not in here, so throated vireo, add species. And it'll prompt you again to enter that name. So yellow-throated vireo, and it pops right up here. And this one is rare. So if it's a rare item, bird, that means it's not usually seen around this time or location. So you need to put details. So if you have pictures or details describing the bird, and I'm going to go ahead and exit this out and put 0, so we don't have to deal with that. Alright, so if you scroll down to the lower right corner, it asks if you're submitting a complete checklist. So as you can see here, the complete checklist means you've done your best to identify the birds that you have found. So since we did our best to identify all of them, we're going to hit yes. And so this is for when individuals are out birding and they don't want to count certain birds in their checklist that are common or they don't think belong there. So for example, European starlings, a lot of birders will exclude them from the list, or American robins, crows, things like that. And they would answer no. But since we are not excluding anybody, we're going to go ahead and hit yes and then submit. And this is actually going to submit a list. So we've got our species, date and effort, location, and it will save this in our locations as well. So I'm going to open in a new tab to show you what that looks like. So it says 9 species this month. It's updated with my most recents, and I can also manage my locations, and you'll see that Cedar Rock Park has popped up. All right. So, but what we're going to do, and if you're doing an example checklist, if you're adding example data, go ahead and follow these steps as well. So you're going to come down here and click on Hide from eBird Output because these aren't real observations, and we don't want them messing up anybody's counts. Hide checklist, and note that it'll take up to a day, but we'll also go ahead and delete this checklist, and our data will be cleared. All right, thank you, and have fun birding if you go out on any more trips.